a question about that, Ananta.
Yes.
Toby. You know, that's a really interesting thing that happens because, you know, like you were talking about, well, if it's your mom or somebody that there's just a deep love or there's a relationship with, you know, I'm willing to maybe more listen and just do the you know, like that. But then even if I don't find like I don't see a place where it hooked me, a lot of times still the body really feels terrible after that kind of an interaction. And so it's kind of it's just odd. I mean, then you can just see the body feeling terrible and you can go, boy, this is just so weird. You know, the body just feels so terrible after being with this person, you know. And then other times, like say if I run into my neighbor and he starts going on one of his 15-minute complaint sessions, I mean, at least now I learned from Lal, you know, I can just say, Robert, I'm not in the mood to hear you complain for 10 minutes. I don't want to hear it, you know. And that's the end of that. Then he goes, oh, it's a nice sunny day out. But why? I don't understand why the body can just, I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but you just feel so yucky after you're with somebody that was maybe sharing a lot of negative energy or stories, or kind of like what Colleen was talking about, you know, and it's somebody you love. So sometimes I listen and sometimes I don't. But how do you not take on the energy? It just seems to just happen. Like it just globs on you and then they're done with the energy and it's on you somehow.
Okay. Now, when it gets sticky like that, okay, and it's for an extended period,
Yeah.
it's no longer them, it's now you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one thing I did advise Colleen, take a shower.
Yeah. Yes.
Just, you know, kind of like wash that off
Yeah.
on that level. But if it's still with you, what it is you now. It's not them anymore.
Right.
What's happened is it's gotten into a place in you that you are having resistance about. And so now your resistance has caused it to be sticky. Okay? So
Yeah.
what it is then giving yourself the level of compassion that hopefully you were able to give someone else, but even if you weren't, just having compassion for yourself, because this sense of desire, wanting things to be a particular way,
Mhm.
what comes with that is resistance.
Yeah.
Is not to be in another way is activated in you. And so now what you want to do is find love,
Mm.
embrace that sticky, icky feeling that you have, and just, you see, God dwells within you as you. Imagine that yucky feeling that you have is being fully embraced by God, and let God take care of it for you. You see?
Yeah.
Obviously not something that you are capable of taking care of, or you would have done it. So it's fine. God can embrace that energy exactly the same as he would embrace something that you would enjoy. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Difficulty because you have preferences and you have things that you like and things that you don't like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just lean back into that
Mm-hmm.
sense of being completely embraced by love, always in all aspects. Then you'll find that will ease, the stickiness will go. And if it doesn't go, all it means is that there's more for you to love.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. You always want to know if there's more for you to love, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just, you can keep it clean like this. And you know what? The truth of the matter is, if something feels icky and terrible, it doesn't ever have to go away. It's just fine the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just have that next to you always as a friend, it's not going to be a burden anymore.
Yeah.
And you won't have a problem with it. You see? God doesn't have a problem with it. God,
Yeah.
any aspect of you, because every single aspect of you is a creation of God, isn't it?
Yeah.
God. So everything is great. The Shiva lingam, the Shiva Nantaraj, as Shiva with creating and destroying all at the same time. It's got the nastiness and the beauty all in the same picture. It's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's totally fine.
Yeah.
And you as an individual have preferences. And because you're identified with yourself as an individual, those preferences have become sticky and they're causing you difficulty. You see, when they're not the way you want them to be.
Yeah.
That's all it is. If you lean back just a little bit and witness what's going on and just watch it and see that the truth of the matter is that all of it, every aspect of it, is being embraced by God always, exactly as it is, without, it's unconditional, you see, without the need to change it. So it's totally fine. Part of what makes up you is some ucky feelings. Oh, well.
Yeah.
And so that person gave you a gift. They gave
Oh,
you a
yeah.
gift of being yourself and seeing aspects of yourself that without their help, you would have been able to avoid.
Yeah, that's really, really, really helpful, Ananta, because um, I keep getting told from various healers, um, oh, you can't be around this person, you can't be around that person, they're making you sick. I mean, I don't even volunteer any information, and it's never felt like the right advice to me. The only thing is, for what you're saying really resonates and really feels like the truth, because what I do recognize is that it seems like these days how the yucky resistance manifests, like if something feels like it was transferred or dumped on me somehow. That's just an idea, but it's a physical sensation. And then there is that natural reaction, the natural resistance to physical pain. And for me, that's a whole new area of softening into. Probably Tracy's really good at this, but for me, it's a whole new area. And I'm so glad to hear the truth of you saying, no, it's not like you avoid all these people, because how can you? That doesn't seem like real freedom to me when you're protecting yourself or sheltering yourself or whatever. But what you're talking about, yeah, just letting, like, observing the sensations and investigating and going, oh, okay, what's this? This is tightness. This is, intense pain, this is subtle pain. And then you just allow it to be and you soften around it. To me, that feels so much more like truth and real freedom.
Right. If your sense of peace is dependent upon controlling your environment,
Yeah.
you have trouble. And it's always going to be just temporary sense of peace. Now, what I learned this in the ashram. People picture you're in an ashram, your spiritual retreat. It's like all wonderful, and you get to really focus on the spiritual stuff. But I'll tell you, ashram life is anything but that. Ashram life confronts you with all of the shit. Baba had this talent. He could put the least competent person in charge of the most competent person and just see what happens. He had, one time Baba was asked, you have hundreds and hundreds of, you have thousands of disciples in the ashram, you have hundreds of people here working, and how do you test them all? And Baba said, oh, that's easy. I just put them together and let them test each other. So you see, it actually was like a laboratory for bringing up shit. Baba would work you so many hours that the tools that you used to resist, to not bring up the crap, just broke down.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was just spewing out all this garbage. And one of us, the guys that were really committed to the path and that this was their life, when someone else's garbage came up, they just started laughing. Everyone just laughing at each other and laughing at the situations they were in. I mean, it was hysterical. Look at that, it's just the ego. And so, this stuff comes up. It's actually a gift for you.
Yeah.
It helps you clear out the shit so that you can actually be.
Mm-hmm.
You can know that it just doesn't matter how bad things get, how much stuff comes up, that you're resting in God's arms. It's when you know that truly the essence of everything is love, then you no longer live your life in the suffering of resisting certain feelings because they're yucky.
Mm-hmm.
And going after the pleasure, the nice things, that's suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. It's totally great. Someone just gave you more to love. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. That it's really helpful for me because I'm just learning that even when you're working with, say, psychic healers, if your body has an illness or something, and no matter who it is, there has to be like the discernment of, oh, okay, what level is this person coming from? I think like Andrea suggested, okay, this person is just coming from the level of the body. So they're giving you the advice, you can't be with this person, this person, this person, this person, because they are making you sick. And so then when you realize, yeah, that's not real freedom. I mean, that's only dealing with the body mind, with the body. And yeah, okay, maybe if you avoid situations, your body won't get so sick, but it's not real freedom. The real freedom is to let God blow you where she wants to blow you, and then open up and remember that you are that love, like what you're talking about, and let it fall the way it falls, and then you just keep opening and surrendering. And if the body gets sick and dies, then that was its karma.
Eventually it will anyway. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter how ideal your situation is.
yeah,
And like you said, really, you don't want to have to try and manipulate your life so that you're not exposed to certain energies. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to want to like run into these situations as much as you can. It's fine. But when they come up, they come up. And all you do is love and love more deeply. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. That's so helpful, Ananta.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for bringing it up.